Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back. Brandon again. It's been a little while since I've made a video, and that's because I was in Seattle all of last week, as I typically do once per quarter, for work. And then upon coming home, I got home Saturday evening, woke up early Sunday, and went with the wife, the son, and my brother and sister-in-law and mother-in-law and their two kids. And then we went to Sesame Place in Pennsylvania for the next couple of days. So I really haven't been home that much in the past week and a half. And as part of that, I only have really trained once in the past 2 weeks, and that was my first full day in Seattle. I got up early, I went in and started to hit my deadlift and squat session. And things to just not feel really well that time, and that tends to be the case when I travel. I'm always extra fatigued. It takes a lot out of me in my older days. And just the rest of the week, I was busy, had a lot of work to do, and just was not mentally into it, so I didn't end up training. That being said, usually not a very good thing leading into a meet if you don't train for the 2 weeks leading up to it, so I've decided to not compete at USAPL Northeast Regionals. And it was after quite some debate, but I decided I just wasn't into it mentally, and I'm not into it physically, so it doesn't really make sense to compete. Instead, what I'm going to do is just kind of mess around for a little bit with my training, try to get things feeling good again. I want to play around and take some time and really address some of my weak points and work on things that I haven't been able to work on. Because part of the problem with me when I get into this competition mindset, I'm always worried about straying too far off of the normal path and trying new things and trying to start over again. And I think that's really kind of compounded some of the issues with my technicality of my lifts that I've really kind of just masked over the years, and I've become really efficient at moving with what I'm given, but I really want to take some time to reset and drop the numbers, which I've always been afraid to do. No one wants to get weaker necessarily or use lighter weight, but I really need to commit to that because I think in the long run, it's going to pay off some dividends. Short term, it's going to be very tough because it's going to be a mental mindfuck, not to mention it's just going to be something that's going to take some time to get back up and running. But I think, again, in the long run, that it will be the best for me. Another thing that you might have seen if you follow me on Instagram is I recently did somewhat of a little fire sale of some of my equipment. I'm not quitting powerlifting. I'm not quitting lifting. But over the years, and even recently, I've built up a big collection of shoes and sleeves and belts and wraps and everything in between. So I recently sold a bunch of stuff on the interwebs, ranging from shoes and sleeves, and I have some other stuff that I still need to post, but since I'm just me, myself, in my basement, and I don't get out that much, I wanted to give myself a little bit of break. So if you missed out on any of that stuff, make sure you follow me if you're interested. It's a first come, first serve basis kind of deal, but I will be posting some more sleeves, another pair of shoes probably, some wraps, some other things, and just kind of trying to clean up some of this stuff so I don't have too much stuff here in the basement. That being said, I still have several pairs of squat shoes that I'm going to keep, several belts I'm going to keep, so I'm not getting rid of it all. But you guys know me, I have a ton of stuff that's accumulated over the years, and I think it's just nice to give some people some big discounts on some stuff that is still in like new condition, since I have so much and end up rotating through it. Now, a lot of people might say, why don't you just give this stuff away to your subs? And I understand that to a certain extent, and I do try to do giveaways here and there. And again, you know if you follow me on other forms of social media, but at the same time, a lot of the stuff that I'm moving on from is stuff that I paid a lot of money for. So it's nice to get some money back, even though it's going to be at a huge discount to you. And then that way I can reinvest in newer stuff that I don't have. So I can take some of my 15 to 16 pairs of knee sleeves and maybe invest in a new piece of equipment that I don't have yet here in the basement. And plus, it's just going to be nice for my state of mind to clean up some of this mess that's just been overflowing in some instances. So that's what's new for me. I am actually going to go train today for the first time, like I said, in about 2 weeks. I'm not going to do that much, probably just some squat, bench today, maybe some deadlift later on in the week. And then hopefully by the time Monday rolls around, I'll have an idea of what I want to do for training, at least some kind of programming aspect. But I want to try to stay away from the detailed, most optimal programming that I've been doing, just because I need a mental break. So I might go back to something probably that's not as optimal and a little bit more rudimentary, but it's just more fun and enjoyable and kind of get me back in the swing of things. And then eventually I'll probably go back onto what I'm used to of working with a coach or someone specifically and getting more dialed in. But as of right now, I just want to enjoy training a little bit, mess around with some stuff I haven't been able to do for a long time, probably increase my calories from what they've been as well, and start to get fat as the summer is coming somewhat to a close, and just generally get more enjoyment out of what I've been doing. And that's not to say I haven't been enjoying what I've been doing, but I think there's just more room for me there, especially now considering the fact that I've had very little time to train. I just want to make the most of it and not have to worry about coming down here and getting a 2 or 3 hour training session in where I'm working up to heavy squats, benches, and deadlifts in almost every single session and just eating up a lot of the time that I don't have. So that's new with me. Otherwise, things are going pretty good. I'm not stressing it too much because I don't have any hair to lose, don't have that much weight to lose necessarily, and of course I don't have any gains that are potentially going to waste. Hope everyone's having a great week. We'll talk to you next video. Bye-bye.